extremely well. First is that the Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, the Governor of Imo State, is not a stranger to the President. He has been part of the APC family. He has played a very decisive role when it matters in the affairs of the party. And upon his victory, which was delayed, courtesy of INEC, and finally retrieved by Supreme Court. So the purpose of today's meeting was just to formally now introduce him as a new executive governor of Imo State. And of course, President Buhari is very excited. We have reestablished our foothold in the heart of the Southeast, and it coincides with the President's vision of uniting the country. And now we can truly say that we not only control the center, we have governors in each of the 6 geopolitical zones, and that I believe is good for our party. I also believe is good for the government. Incidentally, Senator Hope Uzodinma as governor brings on board a huge experience. He's had a rewarding activities in the private sector. He has been the legislator at the federal level, so he understands what the issues are. So Imo people are free from the challenge of a learning curve. So he's going straight to work and bring to bear all of those experiences he has gathered both from the private sector, in the national legislature, and of course I saw one who deeply believed that Imo ought to be better than where it is. So the President was very excited, and he also used the opportunity to give the President insight to a couple of things he has already started doing over the past 1 week, and the President was happy to receive us, and we all thank God for his victory. But no, I think there is something the media has simply refused to focus on. And with respect, I think that a lot of the views that people parrot are derived from what I call CNN, electronic media lawyers. Now, is there any of us in this room who is not aware that at the time Emeka Ihedioha was declared, even the returning officer could not show that he scored the constitutional requirement of at least 1/4 of the total vote cast in at least 2/3 of a local government? On that criteria alone, there is no question in the eyes of the law, Emeka Ihedioha ought not to have been declared, because he had those numbers only in 12 local governments. 9 local governments. And of course, you have about 27 local governments. So, 18. As journalists, it's 9 a 2/3 of 27. So INEC completely and irresponsibly misbehaved by using a professor who seems to be so senile that he didn't know that 9 is not 2/3. This is very serious. And because they take advantage of the fact that once they make a pronouncement, even if the pronouncement is made by a lunatic in INEC, you can't revise it. You have to go to court. And if it is PDP's fixation, rig them, let them go to court. And they just thought that they have a monopoly, that it is their birthright to continue to rig election. So the next time you see them talking, ask them, how many local government did PDP score 1/4 of the vote of the total vote cast in how many local government? That is not in the provision of the Electoral Act. That is in the express provision of the Nigeria Constitution. And Nigeria Constitution, each and every one of you should have a copy and read it. And then ask INEC to give you the results of Imo, even their own version, even excluding that of Governor Hope Uzodinma. You will find that Emeka ought not to have been declared. And for me, it shocks that nobody is interrogating INEC. And that's how they get away with this blue murder. This is to say nothing about the fact that INEC has not explained why did you not collect votes that were certified by the presiding officers, signed by the presiding officers, appointed by INEC in each of the 388 polling units. If there was anything wrong with those votes, INEC is on record as having had cause to cancel unit votes where they are dissatisfied. Those votes were not cancelled. They just choose to ignore them. So I think the issue in Imo, when I see people protesting, that is my primary constituency, to do protests. But I don't run after a madman. When he's naked, I have to join him to run because I want to make a point. And that's the thing, we just allowed them to seem to have the monopoly of doing the sort of thing they were doing. Have you also found out what happened in Kano? Sorry, in Sokoto? There are a lot of issues that INEC cannot defend. But we have to live with the pain, because look at Rivers. For some technical reasons, we are told we cannot even have candidates. And nobody asks questions. But because we are a ruling party, we cannot go to the street and begin to protest those things. You also know another state where we won governorship, Senate, Rep, House of Assembly, Zamfara. And the Supreme Court says, oh, our primaries were not perfect. Therefore, those who were not in the ballot box were declared. We have to live with that pain. If it is about mobilizing people to attack, we would have pulled out Zamfara people to go and sack the Supreme Court, but that will not be responsible behavior in a democracy. So we live with the pain because we understand that we operate under the principle of separation of powers. So please don't accept those half-truths that PDP is parading. Please don't. You also know, and I think this is important, when I saw Secondus leading that protest, I was tempted to tell him who is the real Protestant. How did Wike, Emmanuel Udom, and I believe Dixon, how did they become governor? Supreme Court ordered the previous leadership choose to completely dismiss the use of card reader. That is what has brought a lot of mischief now into our electoral system. Because whereas the law recognizes the power of INEC to make bylaws, and those bylaws are enforceable in court, and there are judicial pronouncements upholding those bylaws, when they wanted to allow these PDP states to be returned, their elections having been nullified by Election Petition Tribunal, and nullified by the Court of Appeal on the basis of the fact that they did not comply with INEC guideline with regards to compulsory use of card reader. Supreme Court, is looking for escape route for PDP governors, decided that the use of card readers, yes, is on the INEC guideline, but it's not in the law. Can everything possibly be in the law? I mean, the same court recognized the fact that the Electoral Act, the constitution that set up INEC, recognized the power of INEC to make, rules and regulations for the smooth conduct of election. We have stomached all of this. First, because, as they say, two wrongs don't make it right. If we choose to question on the street of Nigeria all of the impurities that we have seen that affected APC negatively coming from our courts, there will be no peace anywhere. But we accept that somebody must bear the price for peace. That's why we choose to keep quiet. It doesn't mean that PDP has any valid case. And please, ask Ebedioha, how many units, how many local government did this call were quota of the votes? These are not classified matters.